we are once again engaging in the amazing world that is Frieren. Seeing the demons overestimate their ability, underestimate their opponents, and summarily, get blasted and torn asunder. I'm expecting the same to happen to our Frieren. Not going to be all too kind, considering at every step of the way, every demon has acted exactly how she assumed they would, knowing their nature. Sometimes, no matter how many chances you give something, it can never change, and when it's so embedded into the very essence of what a demon is, in this world at least, there seems to be but one solution, and that is to wipe them from the face of the earth. Are we going to see that? Let's find out. I am kind of hoping for, but also expecting some good things. That was some nice light work. Simple and yet effective. I was about to say, it's sensei. I was about to say, is it a flashback to begin this episode off with? But then actually seeing her mention her old master's name. She's learned well. Was there an extra level to what her master taught her about these demons? Gladly embrace the dishonor. I mean, fight fire with fire, deception with trickery. What is it that they're being dishonest about? I'm guessing it's the same reason why the demon in the prison underestimated Frieren so horribly. But yeah, if the demons aren't going to play fair, if they're going to use their words and prey on the empathy and feelings of people, they can't really complain when a trick is played on them either. And how much else of this opening are we going to actually be privy to? Is it going to be major things in the storyline, or is it just more stop-off points, more cities and the people that are inhabiting them? At least there are some with designs interesting enough to stick around for an episode or two. A powerful mage. I wonder who exactly that's referring to. Wow. He might need to get his clothes dry cleaned. That's not coming out easily. But now it's just her. Which means she'll just be controlled easily, right? There's no point having a fair fight. But now, what's changed? Why won't she directly engage? Her weak manner, and yet We've seen her be able to hide her presence when she was just outside the window. Talk about fair with a demon. Yep. He said his piece. There's no more need for chit-chat. Is this the aftermath of... Oh, God. Aftermath of a demon rampage. He must have. So what happened? How did he get taken down? And that is when she found her. Did she just happen to pass by? Hit and run tactics, guerrilla warfare. There's no need for honor. And being able to see that. Purely gut. But seeing kind of the origin of this relationship here with master and student, the fact that village was decimated. And yet she stood, fought, and won. Came out victorious on the other side. But first, she's got to learn how to be underhanded. Well, taking out the aggressor means other villagers might not befall the same fate. Oh? I see. The demons, since the beginning, the human is not their quarry right now. Okay, down she goes. Fend for yourself. The one thing is the ego and confidence that they have in their magics when they've been outplayed or not. Can they fear true prowess? And therefore, she won. In an instant, vaporized. Use this knowledge and live, essentially. Not every moment has to be one showing off how skilled and powerful they are. Sometimes the most humble is the other strongest. It's going to be a long... Do you think we'd see something like that? Is there no censorship on this program? Wow. Are they fated to the same feeling? They will have to walk this road to be able to commit their demon genocide. Is that how they're able to hide for so long? But they've got plenty of time to do it. Forever. And overcoming each and every one of them that they come across. Good thing the scales of justice kind of works on who's more powerful. There's a really big if there. It is but a drip in the ocean for her, I'm guessing. Still as overconfident as ever. Who created such a tool in the first place? Only 500. Is it anywhere near enough to truly face her? But it is interesting to see that the demons try to coerce and control through their words to prey on humans. And yet when it comes to magic, there's no trickery or deception involved. That's their downfall. Because they like to prove their worth. Their strength is directly related to how much magic they can output. How much mana. There are many deciding factors. So they dress themselves up to make it obvious. How important am I then? Having a quite simplistic hierarchy with the demons would be easy to dismantle them as well. You just go, they've got the most mana. Take them out, and you have one. The world of humans doesn't seem much better, but... So that's why, mages will have a battle of strength to show each other who's the strongest. The more different we are, the more alike. She's learning quickly. And considering she has the will and the hatred of those demons. Can there be a point where you... Wow. Can there be a point where you control your mana so much that you output almost nothing? As though you're not a mage at all. But seeing the path of time, even for the legendary mage that she is, run rampant. Is this where she gets the whole idea to collect different spells and magic? But unlike Frieren, and a spell we've seen used, not everything needs to be offensive or devastating. We've seen the daily life magic. As long as the spell gets passed down, doesn't get forgotten. Forgotten? Huh. Quite the solemn little scene after that conversation. Living in obscurity, how many more years did she put into the training, hiding her skills, her magic? How many flowers did she plant? Comfortable bed. And I do like that, seeing such a passage of time where a village goes from a small hamlet into its own fort. And yet she has not for one day given up her training. Just a pitiful amount of mana. With a mediocre mage. And yet he can see through it. Just a hunch. I might need to go back and freeze frame some of that. She's going to be very disappointed about these scales. The weight of one's soul. Are you sure you want to complete this little spell? Is she going to release the hold on her magic just before the end? The overconfidence. No, because they don't do it, they don't ever think about concealment, or if anyone might be doing it. A mere 100 years. You might want to add a few decimals on that. Is it going to suddenly go... Does it take a second or two to get active? That was nice. We don't usually see blades and whatnot get dull and dirty. This is going to be turned on her head so quickly, it's not even going to be funny. It definitely took its time to start activating. It's too late already. But luckily, she was so ego-driven. Then there should be no need to worry. She'll have to be a little more careful from now on. Yeah, good thing she was training for all that time. To win. Not so sure that she's the victor anymore. There's the release. Fuck. Just a bit wider than we've seen before. You two must deceive them. Okay. That is some nicely animated hair and a very sharp sword. Just a blurred view of Frieren walking away. No need to fight, no need to struggle, just weigh yourself against me and kill yourself. Jesus Christ, Frieren. No fancy spells, no grand standoff, just... This is the eventuality. You called for it yourself. I'm surprised there wasn't any lightning playing when she said that. But still, is it wise to leave the scales just lying there in the battlefield? I mean, anyone could come along and pick them up. This This was interesting. I loved the background and the story of it. The demons feeling so annoyed at being outplayed. It is unfair. How dare they hide their mana, what they're truly capable of. Taking the one thing that demons hold dearest to them, one thing that makes them who they are, and using that to defeat them. But the big reveal, the expanse of mana that was released, I've been hiding it away for 1,000 years. Maybe just a glimpse of what she's actually capable of. That was but 1% of my power. I wonder if that was the full actual scale of her unsuppressed mana, or if it was still hidden slightly, in case there was anyone observing. That would be amusing. But wow. Frieren picking up ordinary spells, how to make flowers in a field, and the like. With everyone dismissing her as just a mediocre mage. I think she has the power to topple an entire country by herself. But with that not so shocking fate now told, having Order defeated so easily, it's like many of Frieren's enemies. It's just another day to her. Maybe she could show a little bit of satisfaction about being able to trick a demon and overcome them so easily. Well, I say easily, but it was 1,000 years in the making. This was one hell of an episode. I liked looking at having that moment of realization. Hang on a second. Oh shit. How dare you? You're not playing fair. This is not how it's supposed to be. And we had the legendary mage. We're seeing the passage of time there, and her get old and her pass on as well. It's not the first time we've had someone of a grand stature have a full life and move on for the next generation, the next set. But seeing it while we're following a character who doesn't age as such, and will carry on a journey pretty much unchanged through it. And I wonder if the hero had that hunch because he could see there was something special about her, or if he just liked her face. It would be funny if that was the case. He didn't actually know anything about magic. So, no, you are strong. Is there going to be many demons left after this when we have so many that want to challenge anyone and everyone when it comes to showing off their strength, their magical prowess? Show them a little and they'll be like, ha ha ha. They'll come out of the woodwork. Time to go bug stomping. It would be like if Frieren was to go properly against the demons, it wouldn't be like a kid with a magnifying glass. It would be more like a kid with an ICBM against ants. That would be fun to see, though. So, actually, I'm surprised. I was hoping for big, flashy animations, the VFX spectacular that would come with a fight between mages and strong characters like Alder and Frieren, for it to just pass and go as uneventful as it was, would normally be a little bit of a disappointment. However, the fact it was so one-sided and done with the effect of she doesn't need to show off the strength. That's not what this is. It is for the demons, and that's their downfall. How it played out was perfect. I wonder if she'll actually praise Fern for doing her job and taking out the others. Well, and I guess Stark. He did well as well. We'll have to see some more though, so seeing more of this world throughout the eras and the ages, seeing it built up into the place that it is now. I just can't get enough of this world. I want to see more of its current inhabitants, its past ones, what they left along the way, and what we might do in the future. I liked the word of advice from Flam, don't seek to have your name put down in history. I think the people that do that often go about it for the wrong reasons and do some bad things along the way. As long as you're happy and comfortable with your own life, you don't need to lord it over anyone else. That way you won't end up with a sword to your throat as well. But if you enjoyed this episode, let me know. I certainly did, so leave a comment down below if there was anything that you might do differently, or if you would have a fun one-liner at the end of it all. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and if you don't want to miss what's coming up next. But for now, get yourselves a bit of rest. Be it one day or 1,000 years. I hope to see you in the next one. If you want to be one of the ones giving me the forceful orders that I really can't refuse, consider joining onto my Patreon, help support the channel, and be the voice of reason in the otherwise unordered world. Well, that is as long as no scales are involved. But I do need to thank Noku, Sao, Guado, Kite, Raywin, Shiwan, Tori Jane, and everyone else. Because without you, forget 1,000 years, I wouldn't have even still been doing this 5 weeks from now.